Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born a Lot, and we struck gold today. Okay, gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you call that. Oil, all of that stuff they be tearing up the universe for. We struck it today, and we have the distinct honor and privilege of having a moment with a soul insurrector that is here with us today, whose lyrics and whose vibratory tones translated as voice speak to us from a space and place of ancestral glory and retaliation. So let me welcome to the show and to the platform my sister, not your sister, my sister, this African warrior, Kween Jasira. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you. Free the land, New African Power family.
How you feeling?
Let's start
there. How you feeling?
I'm black-tastic. Glad to be here. Under this intense struggle that we're in. This so-called pandemic, and on top of the day-to-day life of being a revolutionary, living under capitalism, neo-colonialism, racism, white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be here.
That's beautiful. Last time I saw you in action. Last time I saw you in action.
Yep. Finally got to lay eyes on each other in the flesh.
Right.
That was good times back in March before everything went crazy.
Right. feel like 20 years ago already.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
How have things been for you and your tribe? I've seen, a lot of celebration going on, some milestones passed and everything. So we just been living vicariously through, the greatness that is your tribe,
Yeah. My three reflections are doing quite well. My two youngest, the young warrior Khalid, he graduated from pre-K, so he'll be starting kindergarten here from home virtually in another couple of weeks. And then my middle child, my youngest daughter, graduated from grad school. So in the month of May, graduated from grad school and turned 24 all in the same month. And then my oldest, she's on the front lines. She's a RN, so she's on the front lines, traveling, doing her travel nursing thing, specifically being assigned to COVID-19 units. So yeah, everybody, in spite of what she's dealing with, she's healthy and in good spirits, and the rest of my tribe, we're all doing well too.
That's a beautiful thing. All praise due to the Creator and our ancestors for keeping the warriors preserved. And
That's right.
I see your adaptable spirit. I know you had some reservations. Not my girl going into the COVID section. Oh my goodness, y'all pray for me. I can't take it.
On the outside, as parents, you try to be supportive, but on the inside, no matter how old they get, you still have that want to protect them. So it's parenthood is not only about the child growing up, it's a journey for the parent as well. Each child is different, each relationship and each bond with the child is different, and so there's a level of letting go. Even with the little one that's only 5, there's a level of having to let go because he's coming into his own. So trying to support him while still, of course, maintaining the boundaries and respect that should be there between child and parent, but, honoring his revolutionary spirit and, trying to have the balance between that and not, doing anything as a single mom to emasculate him, because, that's our nature to want to, that's our son, that's our baby. But just keeping in mind the name we gave him, that specific name for a reason, and keeping that in the back of our minds so that he can honor the purpose for which we brought him forth.
Yeah, it's an initiation all to its own. You know,
Yeah,
you can read all of those books and what to expect when you expect it and all this other stuff, but there is no instruction manual. You
that's true.
know, and if you're not surrounded in community that is supportive of Black family, uh, and in the inverse that capitalizes off of Blacks suffering and the devastation of Black family, you
Mm,
find all of these versus these that are going on. So, uh,
right.
tremendous amount of respect and honor because everyone isn't built in these conditions, and these conditions show. You know,
Mm,
and to know that your tribe is thriving,
yeah,
regardless to whom or what, is
yeah,
a testament that y'all built for these times. They get it from their mama because
right.
mama ain't no joke. You understand what I'm saying? Mama ain't no
Sure.
joke.
That's true.
So in regards to some of these things that confront us on a daily, and with the outreach work that you've been doing uh, over this time, you know more than 10 years or so, what are some of the lessons learned that you can share with you know everybody ready to jump off the porch right now? And in the midst of a lot of this stuff, some people were thrusted off of the porch into the street. So you know while we have this time in between transitioning from one particular phase in the battlefield to the next, what are some tips of the trade, so to speak, that you can give brothers and sisters, especially the sisters, because you came up a young revolutionary, you know what I'm saying, and
Mm.
uh, as a sister, it's a lot of traps out here. You understand? A lot of traps out here. So, what could you share with them?
Well, for those who have been in the struggle for some time, or those who are just coming into the struggle, one of the key things, if your ultimate goal is to for us to achieve liberation, there are two qualities that you absolutely must have, and that's a nationalist sentiment and a revolutionary capacity. You have to have the sentiment of a nationalist, of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, for whom this celebration, this upcoming weekend, is all about, the father of our flag. You have to have that sentiment to know that we deserve our own nation. We deserve to be a self-determining people. Those are, it's not a matter of civil rights. This is a matter of human rights. Basically what we want are the things that every human should have. And so not only do you have to have that sentiment, but that sentiment means nothing if you do not pair it with the revolutionary capacity in order to bring it forth. You know, so you have to be capable of doing what you have to do in order to bring about the change that you seek for our people. And of course, the primary, liberation starts at home first. So, Granny always used to say, sweep off your own front porch before you sweep off anybody else's. So you have to, make sure that you are aligned with that purpose, and that your home is a center of excellence, one of the center of excellences that is needed. So it's home, community, it's family, community, nation, and race. That's the hierarchy of this thing. So, and I would also state, for one of the lessons that I've learned, is that this is a protracted struggle. We see things that happen, and especially when we first start coming into knowledge, we're emotional, we're upset because we finally know the truth and we want change right now. But it didn't take right now to get us into the position that we're in. This is a system that has been delicately put together. There are all kind of subsystems and other ecosystems tied to it to keep this well-oiled machine of oppression grinding. So it's going to take it's going to be a struggle for us to get out of it. It's not anything that's going to happen. And we live in a society where instant gratification is something that most people are used to and most people want. So we have to fall in love with the revolution. We have to fall in love with liberation. And if you do that, then anybody, it's a relationship. In a relationship, it takes time to fall in love with someone. Now you might fall in love with that person. You might feel like, oh, the first week or two, oh, I love them. But that true love that we've been down in the trenches, I'm not going nowhere, you're not going nowhere, that comes after some time. And so, the relationship with others, the relationship that we build our compliments, is a protracted one. And therefore, our relationship with liberation and our aspirations of freedom will be one as well. And so, and the most important thing is that the youth, is we might not see, or probably will not see, that freedom or that liberation in our lifetime. And so that's where we have to start lighting the fire in the youth. Those are the ones that are out in the streets, that that have that raw fire that hasn't been contained or contaminated yet. So we have to focus on our youth, because that's our prosperity, and we want our children and our children's children and children's 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 children. We do this for them. So those are the primary things, that I have that I've learned in the time that I've been, in the trenches, just in general, with my brothers and my comrades and sisters across the nation, and specifically with my tribe and my comrades and my family here in Memphis.
Now this month, I know for you over the years, has some significance, some significance. So I just want to, glean from your mind real quick, Black August. What does it mean for you? What's your relationship? Since we're there, what's your relationship to Black August?
Yeah, Black August is kind of like, my Christmas, and really can't even be my Christmas, because that's only one day. That's a month long. It's a month long. I guess you could compare it to how everyone gets so excited about Black History Month, but Black August, like that seems like that's strictly for us, because you have the masses of the people, but then you have a small subset of the masses of the people, who are us, who are the revolutionaries, who are the fighters, who are the soldiers. And it seems like this month is just for us. And it's a month of reflection. It's a month to recharge. It's a month to tap into their spiritual side, in the sense of call on those ancestors that paved the way for us. Study them, and every day in this household, it's a daily celebration. Especially in August, it's a daily celebration where the flag is on display, and we have pictures up, and we're talking. But even like right behind me, I have Che Guevara. Like we have symbols all over our home that drives home the purpose for which I'm here, and specifically the purpose for which that we have brought, including the young one that you see walking in the background. We specifically brought him forth for the purpose of keeping this protracted struggle and fighting this war, even when we are no longer here. So this month is always a fiery month. Anyway, according to the so-called zodiac, it's a fiery month anyway. And it is just, again, it feels like it's our month. All of these events, these, the big events, several big events, not just one event, happened in this month. And it seemed like it was by design that we have a month where we can get back fired up, because again, this struggle is not an easy one. It ebbs, it flows in terms of our energy and our relationship to it. And sometimes we get tired, and we need the celebrations during this month, such as, again, the one that's coming up this weekend. And we need the reminders and of everything that happened historically, just to keep that fire lit. So that's what I love so much about this month, because it brings everyone out the woodworks, all comrades that you need to reconnect with, or comrades that you didn't even know you have. It's a fantastic energy fueled, high vibrating revolutionary month. And it's definitely one of my favorite months in the year.
Agreed. I remember. I'm always say about this play that I seen you in. I don't know how many years ago. Okay, it's never going to get old for me. It captured my soul. It stole my heart in regards to what was being displayed. Forever enthralled in history. You can look at it. I was young. I saw Shakespeare's Black Macbeth. you
Mm,
know, Black Romeo and Juliet, and Black Hamlet. I saw those plays. I was young, and it did something to my mind. It, I was like, damn them white books and them white stories until
mm,
you see it black. You see what I'm saying? You're like, oh, okay, now I get what's going on. You can identify because there's somebody who looks like you. That captivates your mind and those recesses in your psyche, and it kind of melds it together for you. So
mm,
to look upon something with so much esteem, this is what the arts and the sciences meant. When it's attached to the proper identification, you can look and see yourself and say, okay, I want to do that. I want to do this because they bombard our psyches from children with these images that are not connected to us
right,
purposely. You know,
right,
you
right.
can't you can't say damn my enemies and be thinking about Superman and Batman and Spider Man. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like so, all the kind of work in tandem with the psychological detachment away from self, and this is where your loyalty goes. Whatever you conceive in your mind, manifest in your reality. So your reality becomes bombarded with these kinds of things. So,
Mhm.
I know I said a bunch, but I was really talking about this play and how much it meant, to me,
Was that the
and
Nat Turner
I
play?
appreciate. Yeah,
Okay, that's right.
so many moons ago. You know,
Hmm.
so I'm just showing your multi-talented range over the years. Singer, songwriter, actress. Reggae revolutionary, or all kind of talents and skills. You know what I'm saying? Community
Hmm.
outreach. You know, So I got a list. It's like this long, but we ain't got that much time. So in regards to your art form, your arts, how did you get into this world of art that many of us know and love you for today?
Um, I had always knew that I could sing, and when I was a child, I was in a few plays, so I kind of liked the acting thing. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't really get to do a lot of it, but and then I also, I took piano, so I learned how to play the piano. So, it started when I was young. My parents giving me the opportunity to dibble and dabble in the arts a little bit, and then of course, as I mentioned, I knew I could sing, but it wasn't until I moved here and met Brothers Keeper, where who are the authors of the play that we just talked about, Nat Turner. The Nat Turner play, or 1831 Nat Turner Street is actually what it was called. And it wasn't until I moved here when I started using the arts initially as a way to heal myself from the child sexual abuse that I had endured. Like I couldn't bring myself really to tell anyone what I had gone through. So I put it in poetry, and that just started like a whole thing. And of course, if you're familiar with Brothers Keeper, and if you're not, I would suggest that you look them up, because they are definitely one of the pioneers in terms of revolutionary music, and that's Brothers Brothas Keeper, Keepa, Brothers Keeper. So of course you can't be around those great minds such as those two brothers and not fall in line. Once I came into knowledge of self, everything that you do is supposed to be contributing toward the liberation of your people. So there really was no reason for me to use my arts to write degrading music, or everything needed to, for me, it needed to serve that purpose, to provide an alternative. That's one of the reasons why I took the national anthem and rewrote it, because it's like, take what our oppressor has given us and give it back to them in a revolutionary art form. So it's kind of, the arts have been a part of my life, again, all of my life, but it wasn't until I moved here and came into knowledge of self that I began to specifically hone it toward the purpose of liberation and positivity, and under the Afrikan Insurrektion Muzik label, which is the pioneers of that, and the front runners of that are my Brothers United Front. So definitely glad to have been able to link up with those brothers. I am the only sister at the moment, but it's been great to link up with those brothers because they're the ones who are responsible for at least my evolution and growth as an artist. And they challenged me, and I'm appreciative of that iron sharpens iron mentality.
And that's just an excuse to have like 50,000 warriors around you at any given time.
That's true.
on every side, you look around, you're like, I really ain't need y'all, but I'm glad y'all here.
Exactly. You know how many times that's happened where I just mentioned that there's a problem, and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't expect y'all all just come over here once.
Oh, yeah.
But give thanks. I always say, when men stand up, boys stand down. So I'm glad to be surrounded by men, because that masculinity, that warrior energy, that knowing that us as women and our children are protected, that's very important.
Yes, indeed. So this weekend, you on the bill, Triple Four. So what can the family look forward to? I seen it live, and I was right next. Like I don't know if they know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yeah, that was yeah. So
I'm definitely I'm so honored to have been included in the lineup. I definitely was going to support the event regardless, but to be called on, because this is a historic event, like this is something that's going to go down in history. And so I'm very honored to have the opportunity to participate and to even be thought of and considered to be on the same flyer as so many esteemed other people. So, this will actually be, I did like a slight thing the other week where I just basically sung the national anthem, as you know, to open up the event the other week. But an actual full-on performance is something that I have not done virtually, and I'm very excited to see. What you can expect is to feel the heat, to feel the fire, to feel that righteous revolutionary rage. You can expect for me to show honor and pay homage to our brothers, to our flag, and bring the feminine divine energy to balance that thing on out. So I look forward to bringing it for y'all and sharing with y'all during this historic event. I'm just really excited about it.
all right. Mm-hmm. I can't let you go without promoting that love song that you put out that stirred my soul in a whole nother way. Can we talk about the single?
Right. So the single is hashtag for life. So that's the hashtag symbol, the number 4, and I spelled life LYFE. So that was a single that I released on my birthday, which was on September of last year. So coming up on a year, I'm in the lab working on some other music, but coronavirus kind of came in, and I had big plans to make a nice video for it. So still trying to figure out how to make that happen in a safe way, So the song, a lot of my music, if you can still get it now. It's my Dangerous Mind album, Kween Jasira Dangerous Mind, Mynd. But a lot of that music on that particular project was, hard, revolutionary. You know what I mean? It had a softer track that was entitled, I Apologize for the brothers, but most of the time, I am hitting pretty hard. So I was like, you know what? Revolution, being a revolutionary, Black love is also revolutionary in this time and age. It's revolutionary to have the audacity to love another Black man and Black woman, just coming out and saying that that I'm straight, or that I'm heterosexual, or that that's seen to be a threat nowadays. To promote Black love, that's a threat. To have the audacity to bring forth Black children that we know can grow up to be Black adults that can be brutalized, as we've seen the countless massacres and assassinations of our brothers and sisters. Being Black is just revolutionary at this time in all aspects, in ways and forms. But Black life comes from Black love. And so I was like, that's also a part of being a revolutionary. We love, we have families, and we bring forth children. And I wanted to show that side of myself, that hey, as Queen, another song to honor our brothers, because y'all on the front lines. You know what I mean? And when y'all leave the home every day, there's no guarantee that you're coming back. And there is being a strong Black man in this society is considered to be toxic. People are afraid of it. Our men are killed because of it. And so, as queens, I just wanted to release a song that affirmed to my mate, and could also be used as the song that all Black women could use to raise up their kings. To, like, we love you and we're not going anywhere. And so and I'm in this thing with you for life. So that was the premise behind the song. And yeah, so it's available on all platforms, hashtag for life, LYFE again, the number 4. So you download it, stream it, support the Queen, and hopefully I'll have a visual pretty soon to accompany it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, final thoughts. What, say what's on your mind, what's on your heart. Shout out to some of those, brothers or sisters that might be in a position and they can't find their way out. They think that it's they by themselves, they're alone, they're not protected, nobody's listening to them. You know what I mean? Talk to them, tell them to keep their left foot forward.
Yeah, so one of the primary things for me is, outside of my music and outside of my activism here in Memphis, we try to feed and clothe our homeless brothers and sisters, but I'm big on child sexual abuse because I am a survivor of that, and overall, just abuse in general. It's another pandemic that's in our community. It's something that has to be addressed boldly. It can no longer be swept under the rug. And it's time out for these abusers. It's time out for these pedophiles, and it's time out for any man, woman, or child to be in a situation where their quality of life is being threatened and damaged in that way. So and especially now, what concerns me is that now that this pandemic is forcing people to work from home and forcing people to have to be at home, potentially with their abusers more than they would, because for some people, going to work, going to school, going to daycare, that was their break from the abuse. And now, because of what's going on, they're potentially positioned in a situation where there is no relief like that anymore. So I just want to say to anyone that's hearing my voice, if you are currently experiencing any sort of violence toward your person, number one, it's not your fault. Number two, you're not alone. Number three, tell someone. You know what I mean? There has to be one person that you can reach out to, that you can tell. There should be at least one person in your circle. And if you cannot trust anyone in your circle, then you have two people on your screen right now that you can reach out to. We aren't people who just give lip service to what we do. A lot of things are seen, but most things are not seen. So hopefully, you understand the message, because, we understand the platforms that we're on. We're not stupid. So we're not putting every move out there. You don't telegraph your plays to the enemy like that. So you have two people that you can look up. Kween Jasira is my name. I have a Facebook page, a fan page, and on Facebook, my name is Jasira Olatunji, Olatunji. You have Brother Jonathan Bourne Jackson on Facebook, Do the Knowledge Radio. You have any medium to reach out to us. If there's no one in your circle that can help you, you contact us and we will make sure that you are taken care of. And that's a promise. For anyone else that's listening to my voice, even if you're not the person that is being abused, you might have an inkling or a thought that maybe something isn't quite right with somebody else. And it is your duty to make sure that our brothers and sisters and children are safe. Don't just be around here feeling something because, we were born, we are directly connected to the universe, the creator, and our ancestors. We don't just get feelings about something, and things don't just pop up in our head for no reason. So if you have an inkling that something ain't right, it is your duty to speak up on behalf of that man, woman, or child, because our brothers are being abused too. So it's not, it's all of us. If you have any thought, then it's your duty to make sure that our brothers, our sisters, and our children are safe. And again, if you are unfortunately a person that's being harmed, if you can't reach out to anybody else, you can reach out to me, and you can reach out to this brother that's also on the screen, and we will take care of you. Trust and believe that that's going to happen. So that's the primary thing that's on my heart. And the other thing is, y'all come out virtually this weekend to the festivities. Come get your revolution on. It's a panel full of experts. With your entertainment. So come out and join us. Again, it's a historic occasion. It's not every day that our flag turns 100 years old. It's not going to happen again now. So don't miss out, and make sure you come out and support the family.
Now you got the date and the time. That is Sunday.
So
3:30 to 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right. The things are going on all weekend, but specifically Kween Jasira will be up on Sunday the 16th at 3:30 in the green room. So that's 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, and 2:30 for those of you that are here in Central Time or in the Memphis area or in my hometown, Mississippi area like myself. But again, I'm glad to be a part, but I'm a small part of a ginormous occasion. So please support everybody else. You have 2 full days, almost 2.5 days before I even come onto the scene. So make sure that if you see me, that's not your first time seeing me this weekend. Make sure you've been there Friday and Saturday in some way, form, or capacity, and support this historic event. Be a part of history.
And I got to follow that. You know, I got to follow that. After y'all, then myself and United Front got to have a show after that. I don't know if it's going to be no stage left. It might be burnt down to the ground, you know. So we might have our stage on the ground, and, you know, in the mud like we supposed to. You see what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Yes,
I
indeed.
definitely thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sincerely for, you know, answering the whirlwind call. You know what I'm saying? And coming through and bringing that divine feminine and in the way that only an African woman could. So
thank you very much.
So we went a little bit over the time that I discussed, but I'm glad. I'm thankful.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
cool.
Give my love to the family, love to the tribe.
I will.
All right.
All right. You take care. I'll see you this weekend.
All right, sis.
All right. Free the land.
So if y'all ain't got another reason, a motivation to go get them tickets, I don't know what to tell you, what they had told you, or what to tell you to tell you. Okay. www.dtc1.org. Okay. Get those tickets, get those tickets, get those tickets. Anybody who views these archives, do yourself a favor, get 2 tickets. Everybody who's listening, when you share the video, when you share this broadcast, when you hashtag it, hashtag 2 ticket minimum. Okay? Put that in there. Tell everybody you know and everybody you don't know. 2 ticket minimum. Everybody. Let's support this event. Let's help defray some of the cost that's associated with everything that's going on. Let's show our support. Let's invest in our future, in the future transformation of the African mind, and the further preservation of the African family and the sanctity of African people as a whole. 2 ticket minimum. Hashtag, 2 ticket minimum. So tell the African to tell the African. Okay? 2 ticket minimum. So get one for yourself and for another African. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. Shout out to Baba Alias. They will be on tomorrow. Him and Brother Bomani UFG will be in the building. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a lot going on tomorrow. Dr. Oyama will be on at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then it just goes on later and later. Okay, so 6, 7, and what else? We got another show. So we got a couple of different shows tomorrow. Very busy, a lot of stuff. So get caught up. Get caught up in this whirlwind that's going on. All right, www.dtc1.org. Get your tickets. Hashtag 2 ticket minimum. Anybody, everybody. Let's go. Let's get motivated. We counting down. We got a couple of days left. 3 days and we in that thing. Okay? 3 days and we in that thing. www.dtc1.org. So as promised, let me just be show y'all stuff that's going on over here real quick. Yeah, all that. Boom. 100 Years in the Whirlwind Global Conference. Get those tickets. www.dtc1.org.
Wanna spend my life? I do. Boy, you know that I'll do anything for you. King, I'm so in love with you. Together we're the perfect two. Every time you speak, moves me into action. Your brilliant mind is so damn attractive. got you, and I'm thankful for all the things you do. When you make love to me, I feel our potential becoming real. Time stands still, your love heals my tears I can't conceal. Love it when you go real deep. Pussy's queen or right to sleep. No matter how this turns, I'm not leaving, that's my word. On this principle, I'm firm. Wanna spend my life? I do. Boy, you know that I do anything for you. King, I'm so in love with you. Together we're the perfect two. Every time you speak, moves me into action. Your brilliant mind is so damn attractive. Teach me something every day. Move me in a major way. I was gray, rainy, drenched by my own oblivion, spiraling down. Then you came, dipped in sunshine, you brought me in from the rain. Introductions were made, handshakes exchanged. A touch which sent lightning bolts and became the blood which runs through my veins. That's how we came to be. You walk in wisdom on a path molded by experience. I want to look into your eyes. I want to open the windows to your soul. I want to drink in your loveliness as we ride a rainbow of rhythm from earth to heaven again and again and again. It's like you've been here before, and unlike others, you want to know more. Not of my body, but of my inner spirit. When you speak, your words are like a balm to my being. Your tone is low in a mellow key, with just a hint of caramel. Or is that butterscotch? Can I have a taste just to see? Let's step out on faith, cause I want to run too fast to stop and listen. I want to live for tomorrow, and I want to do all of this with you.
Garvey, and long live the spirit of the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
Oh, say, can you see white folks oppressing me as they spew for their lives and plan my people's demise, whose broad stripes and bright stars represent all the stars inflicted upon our race, a great people displaced. Now the time has come for the revolution as we march through the night and take all of their lives. Garvey land and red and black and green, African flag wave. When we win the victory, forever
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.